Hi everyone, Wayne from AVer Information here today, and I'm going to give you guys a quick crash course on AVer video conferencing and E-Rate, what the E-Rate program is, a little bit on how it works, and how you can use this program to get AVer video conferencing solutions into your classroom or into your library. The first obvious question, what is E-Rate? Well, E-Rate is the more common name for the Federal Education Rate Program, which provides discounts to schools and libraries for the purchase of telecommunications technology and services. This could range anywhere from phone lines and internet access all the way up to video conferencing systems and solutions, as well as the maintenance of these services and technology. Now, the E-Rate program provides discounts of 20% all the way up to 90% for eligible organizations and equipment. This is huge because that means, the program is going to come in and assess just how badly you need the technology, how much you can pay, and then they're going to help pay the difference and subsidize all the way up to possibly 90% of all of the stuff that you need to get. Who's eligible to receive help? First, all K-12 public schools, as well as all non-profit K-12 private schools with endowments less than $50 million. In addition, public libraries and private not-for-profit libraries with public access. All of these organizations are eligible to apply for E-Rate funding. It's important to note that if the organization is in a low-income or rural community, the percentage of funding is actually likely to increase. There's going to be more subsidization on the part of USAC, which is the organization that runs E-Rate. So to view this in an illustrated format, let's say you work at a school and the school happens to be far away from any metropolitan areas. It's in a very rural community. Either way you dice it, what we're saying is you're starting out with a very constrained budget. There aren't a whole lot of funds that you have to apply to purchasing expensive telecom technology. So you decide you want to apply through E-Rate and you need some help with some funding. Now if you get approved, what E-Rate's going to do is come in and provide the subsidization you need to get the technology into your classroom or into your library. How does E-Rate work? The organization requesting funding must go through an application and bid process. It's important to note that there are specific dates and deadlines that applications must adhere to. It should also be noted that the E-Rate program follows an annual cycle, and the 2011 funding year actually just opened on July 1st and runs all the way through the end of June 2012, meaning that it's still very early on. There's plenty of time to look at the program, get some information on it, understand it, fill out the paperwork and the forms needed. But if for whatever reason that doesn't happen in time this year, just know that it's okay because the process is, cyclical. It repeats every single year. There'll be a chance to apply again next year for funding as well. As an applicant, what do you need to do once you've decided you want to apply for funding through E-Rate? In addition to all the forms and the paperwork that need to be filled out, every applicant needs to develop a couple things. The first is a technology plan that shows how your institution or organization will use the services that you're requesting to achieve educational goals for at least 1 year. You can't just come in and say, I want internet access and I want video conferencing without saying what you plan to use these technologies for. You have to have a plan that shows you've done some due diligence and homework and states out in a very nice, organized way, this is why we need this technology, this is how it's going to help us achieve these particular educational goals in our learning environment. The next is a competitive bid process wherein you will solicit bids from service providers. This is a 28-day waiting period where basically once you've set aside your technology plan, you have to wait and you have to give all providers a chance to come in and bid their solution for your needs. What's important to note here is that when choosing a provider, price must drive the decision. This is huge because AVer solutions have the lowest total cost of ownership compared to any other room-based video conferencing solutions out in the market. And with price driving the factor, AVer systems and solutions become the obvious choice and actually one of the best ways to get this technology into your classroom and into your library. Now, to animate this, let's come back to our example of our school that's out in our rural area. Once you've decided that you do want to get this technology and apply for some E-Rate funding, the first to develop is obviously that technology plan. Once you've gotten that in and met that deadline, you have this mandatory 28-day waiting period wherein you basically have to sit and wait. And what's going to happen during this time is the bid gets opened up and all the service providers are going to come in and try and provide solutions for your needs. Now, this is a mandatory 28-day waiting period. This cannot be shortened. Of course, you can wait more than this if you want, but this is basically to give every provider a chance to come in and provide their solutions for your needs. You have to go through this. Once that's passed, you go through the process of selecting which service provider you'd like, filling out the appropriate forms, and meeting the deadlines associated with those forms to get the technology into the school as well as get the funding in. I know initially this may sound like a very complicated process, but as long as you're aware of the calendar, the forms, and the deadlines, it's actually pretty easy and straightforward to stay on track and make sure that when it's all said and done, you're going to get that nice big thumbs up and okay from USAC and from E-Rate, and then that's when they're going to come in and provide the funds to help subsidize the cost of all this great technology. Now, why AVer for E-Rate? Well, AVer video conferencing solutions are the perfect match for your school and for E-Rate because, first, we have the lowest total cost of ownership. Remember how I said price has to drive the decision on which provider you choose. The government is very well aware that, you have to be a little bit frugal when choosing solutions because you can't obviously just go after the most expensive solution and expect them to cover and subsidize a lot more money. They want you to look for something that contains the lowest total cost of ownership, and it's the most affordable solution, which AVer is. Second, we have the industry's only 2-year standard warranty. We understand the needs of education, and if you guys have downtime in your school and you've come to rely on this technology, anytime the technology isn't available, it's going to be disastrous on the curriculum and on the plans that you have for your students and the way you want to engage them and move them along, keep that curriculum and momentum going. So in addition to having the only 2-year warranty, we also offer 1 year of advanced replacement with free 2-way shipping included. No one else really offers this right now. What this is if for whatever reason there's a problem with the product, you call us, and then instead of having to ship the product back to us, having us figure out what's wrong with it and quoting you guys a replacement cost, the second you tell us there's a problem, we're going to ship you a brand new unit immediately. Once you get the new unit, just drop the bad one into the box, there's a shipping label included, and then that'll just come back to us, and that way you experience very little to no downtime and lack of technology running and working in your classroom or in your library. Lastly, you get great customer support from a company that understands education. AVer's been in education for years and years, and we understand the needs of educators. We know how important your curriculum is. We know how important it is to make sure things stay up and running, and especially we know how important it is to make sure that things are affordable, that they're easy on the budget, they're easy to integrate, and especially that they're easy to use. What this boils down to is that AVer video conferencing solutions end up being solutions that are affordable, they're reliable, and you'll think they were developed just for you to meet your special needs. So, if you want to learn more, we want you to know we're here to help. We know E-Rate can be a very confusing program. We know that this may be new to some people. So we want you guys to find out how you can really take advantage of these opportunities and get this technology into your classroom. Visit our E-Rate webpage on the web, and from there you can download a handy E-Rate guide that shows a timeline for this year's application window as well as some more supplemental information. That's at averusa.com/communication/E-Rate. The other link that's next on this page is on School Loop, and this has some great examples that show, how to fill out these forms, how to develop a technology plan, and for those that are very new to the E-Rate program, this is another great supplemental piece. Lastly, if you've never experienced the AVer video conferencing solution experience, call us, schedule a free product demo. We'd be happy to come out, show our solution to you guys, and really show you guys how you can apply this to engage your students and to really help enhance your learning environment. Again, if you guys have any questions, visit us on the web, call our toll-free number, or even just send us an email. We hope you guys have time to take advantage of E-Rate, and thank you for your time for watching this video.